All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Natalie. So, uh, once again, welcome to the retreat, sponsored by the Circles of Practice public offering. And retreat is Renewal. And so, taking a moment to collect ourselves and just settling in for our practice time. And so I will offer a soft landing. So allowing yourself to get as comfortable as you can, remaining alert, and feeling free to make the choices that you need to in terms of your ease and your comfort. And so I invite you to, if you wish, closing your eyes. Otherwise, just softening your gaze, perhaps choosing a particular point on which to look softly, and allowing yourself to check in and see what is it that I need in this moment to land here in this environment, in this practice community. You may wish to offer yourself a few deep breaths, the kind of breath that you can feel all the way in your belly. And if you wish, you continue to anchor in the breath. But if the breath is not suitable for you for any reason, feeling free to perhaps anchor in the body. You may anchor in a movement, perhaps a rocking back and forth or side to side, just noticing the movement. Or you may wish to anchor in the soles of your feet, feeling their connection to the earth, grounding you. Or you may wish to notice sounds in your environment, not having to reach for them, just noticing what's present. And I invite you to offer yourself some gesture. It may be a hand on the heart or a fist on the heart with a hand gently over it, or some gesture that reminds you to bring an attitude of friendliness, kindness, compassion to yourself in this practice. This gesture of tender and fierce compassion, loving force, caring force. And remembering to Offer yourself that kindness. Perhaps imagining a feather as it floats from the sky and drifts gently downward, allowing your attention to be like the feather, gradually settling softly, landing. And as you feel ready, returning your awareness to this online community that we've created, perhaps offering yourself an inner smile of gratitude for all that it took to show up and be here in this moment. And so I will, in a moment, turn it over to Natalie Bell. But first, I'd like to say a few words about Natalie, starting with our gratitude for sharing your time and your talent. Natalie is the Director of Program Development for the Center for Mindful Self-Compassion. She's a certified MSc teacher and mindfulness teacher for UCLA's Mindful Awareness Research Center. She's been practicing mindful awareness and meditation since 1985. And after studying neuropsychology, she became a physical therapist, working for 17 years in hospitals as a clinician, director of rehabilitation, and medical device specialist. Natalie founded Mindful Wellness, training individuals and companies to manage stress and build resilience through the power of mindfulness and self-compassion. Natalie's embodied passion is to teach the concepts and practices of self-compassion so that they can be applied to any situation in any moment of challenge. So thank you. So, Natalie, I will change host to you.
Thank you, Cecilia. And thank you to all of you who are coming to retreat together. It's that time of year again. And I think we come with many, many experiences, many intentions today, tonight. Maybe it's morning for those of you in Asia, Australia. It's late afternoon, early evening, or evening for some of us here. And just a warm welcome. This is a true honor to facilitate today's meditation to begin us in our renewal retreat. And I would like to just talk for a few minutes, maybe 5 or 8 minutes, on what we're doing in mindful self-compassion training by building a compassionate mindset. And so I'll just talk for a few minutes about some of the strategies we use in our practice, in our daily life, to be able to make self-compassion a way of being. And then also, I'll share a brief poem by Julia Fehrenbacher, sorry. And then I'm going to guide us in an adapted compassionate friend meditation to see if we can call upon our compassionate self and truly welcome all that has been as much as we can, and also help us to transition into the new year. So, as I was saying, the foundation of our practice really is, if you've noticed, if any of you have done significant self-compassion training, what you'll notice is first, we are building a compassionate mindset. We're actually agreeing that compassion can be a way of life. We can include ourselves in the circle of kindness, in the circle of care, in our caring attitudes. And we do this by this beautiful reflection. Often Krista Neff has created this beautiful reflection called the How Do I Treat a Friend? And we can easily reflect on how much kinder we are to friends, to people who are having difficulty, to friends in need, that we can be so much friendlier to them than to ourselves. In fact, our attitudes are often very different about the struggle that other people have compared to the struggles that we have. So the first thing we're doing is we are seeing that this compassion already lives within us, but it's often directed outwardly. And with self-compassion, we're actually doing this U-turn. We're turning it in towards ourselves. And we are turning it not only towards ourselves, but we may also consider this, that ourselves are actually made up of many parts. Some of the parts of myself are young parts, some older parts, some critical parts, some encouraging parts, all with potentially different needs, different beliefs or attitudes, different roles in our lives. And so the practice of mindful self-compassion honors this work in part psychology and actually intends to stimulate, to actually enhance our compassionate parts, the voices of our compassionate parts, the inner reactions and responses of our compassionate parts. And so we are growing this, almost like building the muscles of our compassionate parts when we practice. So when we're working our compassionate muscle, every time we connect to kindness in the midst of difficulty, we can more naturally respond to ourselves with care, with support, with friendliness when we struggle. And what's interesting to note in this work is that by working with parts, we actually break down our complex experiences, including difficult emotions, into smaller, manageable pieces that we can offer kindness to, especially with more difficult experiences or difficult feelings like self-judgment, shame, grief. When we think about this year, we can already, if someone asks you, how was your year? Ooh, where do I begin? You know, the year for me felt like maybe a year and a half. I don't know. So many things happened this year. And when I review the year for myself, I can already feel, oh, wow, yeah, there were some really challenging times that I can still feel, or that maybe I'm in the midst of right now. And I can also acknowledge these joyous or more spacious times, times of true appreciation, of connection with others, of learning and personal growth, of having climbed some mountains perhaps, or swim in the waves, the waves of life. And so at this time of year, it's likely we are, it's bittersweet. We are likely feeling our way through many, many different thoughts and feelings. And today, I hope that the retreat will help you to widen your expanse, widen your view, to welcome in more parts of yourself, more parts of your experience, the parts that have been a mystery, the parts that have been difficult, and to actually just welcome them in the blanket, so to speak. So we're going to extend this compassionate awareness in our practice today. And before we start, I want to just share with you a brief poem called Instructions for Today by Cecilia Fernandez-Hall. It goes like this. Sit and listen to a tree for longer than feels appropriate. Close eyes until the hurting demands settle, until only the invisible speaks. Ask yourself the same questions you've been asking everyone else. Be still until you hear the answers. Trust me, they will come. Tell the truth, the one that has simmered and boiled inside you. It is yours. No one can shape it or take it. When words fall out, notice how sure and steady your feet feel on the ground. It is meant to be this way. Remember, there is no promise of tomorrow. Let this truth live inside you until you can't help but turn toward love. You are not a victim. You are a truth-telling warrior who gets up again and again and again, who stands in the middle of the mess and says, I don't know, but I'm ready to listen. Then open your eyes and head on home. And so, with that, let's begin our practice together. And we will be doing the Compassionate Friend meditation. This is a visualization meditation. And if you know that you are not a very visual person, please know that it's okay, that we are going to be tuning into the felt sense of a compassionate friend, the felt experience, as much as possible to see if you can just let this be an opportunity to welcome in a compassionate mindset, as I said earlier, to welcome in your intention for kindness, for support, for strength. And as Cecilia said earlier in our soft landing, please know that you can always do what you need, following your own guidance. If you want to drop underneath the level of my words and follow your own guidance, please feel free to do that. You might even come to the soles of your feet or center your focus into your own being, a felt experience of embodiment, or to the breath and be there. Please give yourself what you need. If at any time you need to open your eyes and look out the window or stare at a nice object that is here, please feel free to do that. All right. So just practicing in a relaxed manner and as much as you can, letting go of expectations, letting the meditation unfold as you can. So, welcome, invitation to find a comfortable posture for yourself. And if you need to stand, feel free to stand. Even if you need to open up just now, just to feel into your body, to expand arms or to move your body a bit, or maybe even to shake out. We're just going to get the body ready. And maybe even taking in some deeper cleansing or clearing breaths, however you need to. An invitation to invite in these next few breaths more slowly and deeply as a way of connecting to center. On the out breath, simply relaxing as much as you can or releasing if you wish. Allowing your eyes to close either fully or partially whatever feels right for yourself. And just another reminder about our compassionate intention by offering a gesture of soothing touch. Maybe it's the hand on the heart, hand on the belly, or a self embrace. Maybe a gesture of strength, this connected gesture, a fist on the heart and a hand around that. Just feeling your posture now as much as you can, offering yourself a dignified posture, relatively straight spine. So you can feel the breath as nourishment and your own directed focus as a gesture of welcoming to yourself right here and right now. If you ever need to come back to this centering focus during the meditation, feel free to do so. And letting your hands rest, or you can keep them in a supportive gesture as you need. And so now beginning to imagine yourself in a place that feels relatively safe and comfortable. This may be a favorite place of yours in nature, place you like to return to in your own imagination or in person. So this might be a cozy room with a fireplace, or maybe an open field of grass, flowers, or trees. It might be a peaceful beach with a warm sun and a cool breeze. A mountaintop. It could be an imaginary place, like floating on clouds. Just imagining a place where you feel relatively safe and comfortable. Allowing the images or colors, the felt sense of being here. And letting yourself enjoy being in this place. If you wish, you might even take in some deeper breaths of nourishment here in this place. This place of renewal or rest. This place of comfort, connection. And soon you will receive a visitor, a warm and compassionate presence, a compassionate friend, a friend who embodies the qualities of love, compassion, strength, and great wisdom. And this being may be a spiritual figure or an ancestor, a compassionate teacher, or a person from your past, like a grandparent, someone possibly who you know, who believes in you, and someone you feel truly understands you. And this being may also not have any particular form, maybe more like a warm light or a presence. You may even feel this presence through the earth that supports you, or the breath that nourishes you. Your compassionate friend cares deeply about you and would like you to be happy and free from unnecessary struggle. So allowing an image of this being to come to mind. And imagining your compassionate friend in as much detail as possible. And you have a choice to go out and greet your compassionate friend or to welcome them into your safe place. Please take an opportunity to do so now. As you welcome your friend, placing yourself at just the right position in relation to your compassionate friend. You may have some respectful distance. You may offer a greeting in the form of a smile or a bow, or you may sit side by side, shoulder to shoulder, whatever feels right. And allowing yourself how it just to feel into what it's like to be in the presence of your compassionate friend. Enjoying their good company. And as you are together, perhaps just sensing you sitting together, breathing together, feeling each other's presence. And as you sit with your compassionate friend, see if you can begin to bring to mind a reflection about this last year. Just beginning to think about this year and as we transition into the next, reflecting on your experiences. Perhaps what's feeling most alive right now as you reflect, and including the challenges that you may have experienced. What may still feel unfinished or unfulfilled. As you greet your life in the presence of your compassion and your compassionate friend. Allowing yourself to be as you are with your life as it's been. And your compassionate friend knows all about the situations you have faced and even how they have come to be. Compassionate friend also feels what may be lingering with you, what feelings may be here, if there is grief or self-judgment or shame or any difficulty. And your friend wishes to alleviate your suffering. Your friend may even wish to tell you something that you need to hear right now. Taking some time to listen, to receive. What does your compassionate friend have to say? There may be words. Perhaps there are no words, perhaps just a sense of presence, energy. That's okay too, just feeling the good company of your friend. a blessing in itself. And perhaps you wish to share something in words or images with your compassionate friend. Your friend listens deeply, wants to hear from you what's here, what's calling to be said. Taking some time for this. And perhaps there are some breaths or some recognition in your own body about what needs to be expressed. Even some movement if that's needed. Some deeper out breaths. And here, your friend may also wish to leave you with a material object, a gift or a blessing for you. And this object might simply appear in your hand, or you might be offered this object. See if you can open to receive this gift. And if something appears, what is it? And just taking a few more moments to enjoy your friend's company. And as you continue enjoying this presence, this compassionate being, just beginning to realize that your friend is actually a part of yourself. All of these compassionate feelings, thoughts, words, and images that you have been experiencing flow from your own inner wise being. And so, in these next few moments, just finally allowing the images to gradually dissolve in your mind's eye. But still feeling compassion present and remembering that compassion and wisdom are always here within you, especially when you need it most. You can always call upon your compassionate friend. Breathe it in, feel it, embody compassion. Come back to this center, this deep, deep intention right here at home. And so just settling back into your body and letting yourself be as you are, perhaps just beginning to move in your body, gradually opening your eyes when it feels right. Perhaps offering a gentle stretch, some small or large movements, hands, feet, fingers, toes. Because maybe a lot of things happened in that meditation, perhaps you may wish to even note down for yourself some of your experience. You may honor or simply put a hand back to the heart or both hands on the heart just to honor where you've been, what you just experienced, whatever happened. And that reflection on you and your life, on this year and the year to come. May it be held with kindness, support, courage, community. And so, with that, I may wish to share just a final brief poem. The time for poetry, maybe now. If not, just continuing to be with your breath, with your center. Now, this is brief. It's called Love After Love by Derek Walcott. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you have ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. Thank you, Cecilia, for posting that. And just so many thanks for coming together for the beginning of this retreat. I wish you all well and peace in your hearts, in your minds. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Cecilia. I hand it over to you. Thank you.
So we will continue in silence. I'm going to share my screen. Hello and welcome back. In this next session, we will be guided by Jonathan Walker. Jon is a retired physician who found that cultivating mindfulness and self-compassion were so transformative in dealing with stress and burnout that he took trainings to teach these skills so that he could offer them when he retired from clinical practice. He is a certified mindfulness self-compassion teacher and has done other teacher trainings with the University of California at San Diego, UCLA, and UC Berkeley, and is certified through International Mindfulness Teachers Association. Jon is dedicated to making these practices accessible to those who were enculturated as males in our society and find expressing feelings and vulnerabilities to be terra incognita. He struggles personally with these challenges daily, but considers himself a work in progress. So, Jon, I'm going to turn over host to you.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Cecilia. And thank you and CMSC and everyone else who's part of making this happen. And thank your collective presence, just feeling the energy here. For my session, I thought I would just do a soft landing with some guided imagery, maybe to bring some positive energy into your being, and then probably would be time for some compassionate movement after that, and then a brief talk to kind of prepare for the practice I'll be offering, which is a variation of affectionate breathing. So, to continue this retreat, I'll just invite you to settle in, whatever that means. The words sound real simple, but just allow your whole self to just settle in, recognizing that that doesn't mean frozen in position. You can shift, move, really making this your time. And your eyes can be open or closed, whatever serves you best. And if it feels right, maybe just taking a few fuller and deeper breaths, just some cleansing breaths. And allowing the inhalation to invite you into your seat. You're arriving. And the exhalation to invite in a release, a letting go, a soften. Just letting the breath return to normal as your body wishes. And perhaps just briefly scanning the body for areas of tension, areas of tightness that are asking to be released. Always acknowledging that sometimes the tightness wants to hold on. So our awareness is just going to flow around that, smile at that, and just soften what will soften. And the wonderful thing about mindfulness is we practice becoming aware of what is here. But that also means we have the option of working with what is here, choosing to use our mind in a way that we want. So I'll offer a guided imagery, and perhaps, if you wish, bring to mind a glowing field of healing energy. Some people might visualize this as a smile or the warmth of the sun, maybe even the sun itself. And I'll just call it energy, a warm celestial energy. And imagine that this energy is just floating lightly, just above the top of your head. And and recognize that this energy has a variety of qualities: warmth and light, radiance, but also friendliness, joy, belonging. perhaps even beautiful supportive qualities that can't really fit into mere words, but you know that this is a caring force that wants the best for you. And as this energy floats gently above you, waiting patiently for you, see if you can invite in an intention for this practice. Just the intention to let the qualities of this energy percolate down through the body. The intention to let your body soften so that the qualities of this healing glow can be received and absorbed by every organ, every muscle, every bone and joint, absorbed by every cell of the body. Just preparing yourself, opening to this intention. And now, if it feels right, inviting this warm energy to move downwards into the center of your head. So just letting the qualities of this healing field of energy flow in and around your head, offering care and support, healing, nourishing. Softening, easing, releasing. And now inviting this warm energy to flow down in and around your neck and shoulders, letting this flow of friendliness, of radiance and healing permeate the neck and shoulders. Just allowing what will release to soften and ease in this area that so often holds our tightness and constrictions. Just allow yourself to be soothed by this caring and cleansing radiance. And then allowing this energy to flow down into your arms and hands. This warm celestial energy filling each part, sensing a glow of ease and freedom, filling and surrounding your arms and hands. And then continuing with this, allowing this healing glow to move towards your chest, your heart center. Just letting the qualities of this energy permeate your whole chest area, filling it with an easeful, healing light, flowing in and around your heart center, offering healing, and courage, and strength from this place to all of you. And then inviting this warm healing energy to move downwards to the abdomen, perhaps centering behind the navel if you wish. But it's filling the belly from front to back with this nourishing, supportive glow of care, support, of welcoming, of belonging. You can breathe into this energy, carrying it throughout the body. And maybe even feeling a little more grounded here as your awareness and this energy soothe and support this area. Kind of feeling your center of gravity, your centeredness as life swirls around you. Letting this glow, warmth of energy just permeate you. And then inviting this energy to rest downwards into the pelvic bowl at the very base of your torso. Letting this glowing, caring energy permeate the whole pelvic region of the body, including the strong bones of the pelvis and the hips. Just a glowing light of softening and ease. And Now inviting the healing energy to move downwards through the upper legs, spreading, flowing in between the muscles, the fibers, the bones, the ligaments, again offering this invitation to soften, to find ease, to heal down into the knees, swirling, caressing the knees, flowing gently, easily, down into the lower legs. And then coming to rest for a few moments at the feet. Just feeling the freedom of having this energy flow through you from the top of your head down to your feet. Cleansed and nourished, supported and cared for. And then gently allowing this celestial energy from above to join with the energy of the earth, sharing its qualities with the earth itself. Flowing down into the earth, yet also drawing strength up from our planet, our dear Mother Earth. And tuning into how your whole being is nourished by this flow of energy. Just letting yourself savor the felt sense of having absorbed the qualities of this warm, welcoming energy. An energy that is truly always within you. And you can just stay here if you wish. Or if you prefer, we can maybe consider a movement practice, what we call compassionate movement. There, there are many pathways to self-compassion. We do it with language, phrases. We do it with touch. I hand over the heart. Visualizations, like what I just did. And another way is to sense compassion through our bodies in movement. Perhaps you have a movement practice, yoga, qigong, tai chi. So in compassionate movement, this practice is very simple. When you do this practice, you will become the founder of your own yoga system, because we're going to check it in with our bodies, notice what we're feeling, and then allow the body to move in the way the body would like to move in response to whatever you're feeling. Without shame, without self-consciousness, just freely becoming your own yoga teacher. And the idea here is to ask your body, what do you need right now? And give that to yourself. And I imagine this will be about 5 minutes. Safety as always. You can do this with little or no movement, always being careful. Maybe just moving your hands gently to the breath, or even visualizing movement if that works for you. I'll invite you to turn your camera off too, if you wish. And I'm actually going to turn my camera off because there's really nothing about this that I will be physically guiding. But perhaps as you're sitting here, opening your field of awareness and scanning your whole body for the sensations that may be here. Just a quick body scan. And then asking your body what it needs right now. What do you need, dear one? And as your body responds, begin by moving your body in a way that feels really good to your heart, your body, your mind. Perhaps a small movement, perhaps a larger movement. And remember, you can do this with eyes open or closed. Whatever feels stable and focused. And as the mind jumps in with comments, perhaps judgments, whatever, just smile at that busy mind and gently return your awareness to your body. Not just awareness of the body, but really this invitation to just let the body tell you what it needs and respond in whatever way is right. Perhaps you're drawn to stand. Maybe just do that slowly, just sensing what an amazing movement is simply standing. And again, just any movement that feels right. Maybe a rolling of the head, a turning at the waist, forward bend. And again, doing this with awareness, so if there are any places of tension or discomfort, then let that part of the body just move or not move in the way it wishes. Really letting your body move you, giving your body the movement it needs. There's another part of our bodies that invites movement. Maybe we invite it to move too much, maybe too little, but that's your vocal cords. So perhaps you're drawn to make some gentle noises, some humming, some sighs. I won't trouble you with listening to what I might come up with, but just see if that's part of what your body wants right now. Breathing as you like to breathe, stretching as you like to stretch, twisting as you like to twist. And just taking as much space as you wish. Maybe even getting down on the floor. Just opening up to all the possibilities. The poet Mary Oliver says, you only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. So practice here, asking your body, what do you want, my friend? And just letting it move. Of course, sometimes our bodies disappoint us. Sometimes we're not happy with our bodies, or perhaps there's grief here for what we can no longer do. And if that is so for you, just be with yourself, letting your heart melt for a moment. Your body is doing its best. We can practice meeting whatever we're arising with compassion and kindness. And sometimes we can find that we can be self-conscious in front of ourselves, even with the camera off. So see if you can notice that, allow it, and then maybe let it go and allow the body to instruct the mind. Complete permission to move as we need to move. And of course, you're absolutely welcome to continue doing this through the rest of this session. But if you wish, maybe coming to stillness, standing or sitting again, just feeling your body, sweeping through your body again with awareness, noticing how your body feels. Self-compassion is what do I need? And your body just told you and you gave it that. That is compassionate movement. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the practice I'll offer. And I did invite you to, I will be leaving my camera on here. But I invite you to listen to this as a meditation as I talk about this. Maybe continuing to be mostly aware of your body, your breath, your presence. Maybe listening to 20%, using 20% of your awareness on me, trusting that what needs to get in will get in. And I'm going to offer what's sometimes referred to as a focused awareness practice, which is the kind of foundational practice. It simply means that you're choosing an anchor, a home base, a place to return to. And as your mind wanders off and as sounds arise and emotions show up and sensations, you continually come back to the anchor, just like coming back to the focus, to the focus, to the focus. And why do that? Okay. Well, there's lots of reasons. But I think for many of us, the big one is that we know that within ourselves and in the world at large, if we aren't paying attention to our thinking minds, they have a tendency to make us more miserable than we need to be. And that's not a bad thing. This is our mind. It's wonderful. It's creative. It's so much of who we are. But there is this recurrent tendency, for instance, to have something stressful happen. And then we add to that. And we add to any difficulty when we're stressed, when we're triggered, when we're activated, and when we're even a little bit lost in afflictive emotions, like fear, anger, sadness. And and as part of being human, we tend to think thoughts that perpetuate the stress and those difficult emotions, blaming ourselves, blaming others, catastrophization, cognitive biases like the negativity bias, constantly returning to that which is difficult, or the limiting beliefs and stories that we have about ourselves. So we need to practice the skill of watching our thinking minds, which begs the question, how do you do that? And that's probably one of the most fundamental questions in mindfulness, right? How do you watch your mind? And if you're like me, your thinking mind is busy saying, "Oh, no problem. I can watch myself. I got this. I got it covered." It's one teacher said the part of ourselves that wants to be in charge is the part that's least able to do it. Uh, so we need to figure out a way to get beyond the confines of the thinking mind, so we can see how it may be contributing to our suffering. And this is one of the many gifts of this type of focused awareness practice. We practice well, there's lots of things we practice, but the one thing is we practice gathering ourselves around the anchor, right? We live in a culture that's monetized our distractibility, that encourages us to be the magpie going after the next shiny object. So we can begin to go against that simply by choosing to gather ourselves around an anchor. But the other wonderful thing is we've set up a situation where we're going to notice thinking. Okay, if we actually realize, hey, I'm thinking, I'm not following my breath or whatever the anchor might be. And so we begin to get some space, some distance around those thoughts. We begin to realize on a fundamental level that we are not our thoughts. And that trains our whole mind, our whole being to know the difference between what is truly here right now and when we're carried away with thoughts. So each time you notice your thinking and return to the anchor, you're building your ability to understand your mind, to grow, to heal, to be less lost in reactivity, that reactivity that often just makes things worse. And even more, as you do that, you build your ability to be the space for those around you so that they can be encouraged to do the same for themselves, to pause, to be less reactive themselves. So I truly believe that every single time you notice you're lost in thought, celebrate, because as you return to the anchor, you are clearly helping yourself. You're changing yourself in a positive way. But there's also no doubt in my mind that your own practice spreads out and you are helping the entire world, a world that so desperately needs it. Okay. And I think that's pretty cool for kind of following your breath. But I think it's true. And hopefully that framework will help you stay motivated to keep doing these practices. But we're with mindful self-compassion. Okay. The mindfulness piece is about noticing your thinking, returning to the anchor. But self-compassion says, hey, this is a golden opportunity to look for qualities of the heart, compassion, equanimity, kindness, care, as we return to the anchor. So not only will we follow an anchor, but we'll also see if there's heart qualities that can be found here: gratitude, appreciation, compassion. And the other thing is, this is, reminiscent of the practice that in mindful self-compassion is called affectionate breathing. But, there's going to be times in all of our lives where the breath may not be working for us. And certainly for many people, the breath doesn't work. So I'll offer this practice and explore different anchors. So you can try out different things, both because it's a valuable skill to build. Different anchors offer different ways of experiencing consciousness, but also as a way to honor all those folks for whom the breath is difficult. And literally every app on the planet invites people to follow their breath. So hopefully you'll find something valuable in this. As always, safety. If anything I'm offering isn't working for you, please feel free to release it and do something that is valuable for yourself. You know better than anyone else what you need. And so go ahead, and this will, I guess, based on this, probably be about 25 minutes or so. So go ahead and again, settling into a position that works for you. Let your posture be a path towards clear awareness. As you're settling in, grabbing the pillows and the blankets, just enjoying that, but also remembering that this is your practice. So feel free to shift and to move in whatever way works for you, maybe even inviting in some compassionate movement through the practice if you wish. Of course, your eyes can be open or closed, whatever works for you. And maybe just start again with a few fuller and deeper breaths, if that works for you. Again, feeling the lifting, the energizing of the inhalation. And again, the softening, the release with the exhalation. And just letting the breath return to normal. And as our thoughts spin around, our emotions, the world spins around, I think it's useful to find a place of stability in our practice. So I'll invite you to gather your awareness. Let your awareness slowly settle down into the points of contact with the earth. The seat, what your back is resting against your feet. And we'll just spend a few moments just practicing becoming aware of these points of contact, becoming aware of the solidity, the stability, the steadiness that's offered here. Again, the mind may be wanting to talk, to comment. Those thoughts so desperately crave being picked up, being believed. And that's okay. We're not dismissing that thinking mind. We're not pushing it away. We're simply smiling at it, acknowledging it's there, maybe even thanking it. It's always trying to plan to take care of us, and just gently and easily bringing your awareness back to these points of contact. Again, just as in the soft landing, the sense that right here, right now, this Mother Earth, our planet, is holding us, supporting us, feeling centered, feeling grounded. And again, if it feels right, maybe inviting any areas of tightness to soften. Just letting the body settle. We do this not only as a gift to our body. We carry so much tension and stress around with us during our busy days. But so it's not only a gift to the body, but it also helps us create a kind of level playing field where we can notice tightness that arises during the practice. That often means we're struggling with something. We're trying to make something happen. So the body can let us know. We soften the body first. When it tightens up, it's letting us know to meet whatever we're experiencing with kindness. So just again, settling in, settling in. And as we often do with self-compassion practices, if it feels right, offering yourself some supportive touch, a hand over the heart, over the belly, clasping the hands, lightly pressing your fingers into your sides wherever your hands are. Just a sense of, through this contact, letting your whole being know that you're here for yourself, that you care for yourself, that you matter. This feeling, this gentle contact, this contact that says, I'm here for you through thick and thin. I'm here for you. And you're welcome to leave your hands there or set them down, knowing you can return them at any point. Both as a matter of offering yourself compassion, but also as a way of bringing yourself back into the present moment. Sometimes when we get really spacey, the contact of the hand over the heart can remind us where we truly are, which is right here. And as we begin this exploration of anchors, I'll invite you to open your awareness up to sounds. And if hearing is not a sense you have, this is simply an opening to space. Sounds simply articulate the space around us. So you may notice very subtle sounds right around you, your breath, digestion, and maybe just beyond that, the fan, the computer, or ventilation. But really reaching out with your awareness to the most distant sounds, people in the building, sounds of nature, traffic, and recognizing that this is simply a marker for your true awareness, your true vast awareness that can spread out into this space that is always in this space. So often we're drawn inwards around what is in front of us, what we need to deal with. But see if you can let your whole being relax back, release back into this sound and space around you. So what can we learn from this anchor of the sound and space around us? Well, first, notice what it's like when the thinking mind slips in and carries you away. You almost completely lose any sense of the sound and space around you. So what's it like to notice that you're thinking and then reach back out like the two wings of a vast bird reaching back out into this space, resting back, opening up, flexing in a sense your true awareness, this panoramic awareness. We can also notice that sounds are only here in this moment. There are no sounds of the past or the future. So even in the midst of a busy day, we can pause, open up to the sounds around us, and here we are, right here, right now. And because sounds tend to be discrete, we can also learn about our reactivity, our judgments here. You know, when we take on the world, there's so much going on. It's so complex. Our responses and reactions can be so complicated. But here, we hear a sound and we notice our reaction to it. I like it. I don't like it. Nice sound, bad sound. Again, that's perfectly fine. It's what our minds do. But we can see that process and see how that judgment might color our experience. And then we have one of the most powerful opportunities. We can choose whether or not we are going to pick up that judgment. Or can we let it go and simply be at ease with the sound, letting the sounds pass through us as though we are transparent. it's almost enchanting how much is going on here. The thinking mind pulls us in and we can open back out into this space. We can notice our reactions to sounds. We can sense that our true home is this spacious awareness. And from this more spacious place, perhaps you can get a sense of how so much of our experience is a smaller part of this. You know, the busy thinking mind like a whirling cloud of energy in this vast space. Emotions undulating, shifting, changing, coming and going. The sensations of our body like points of light in the night sky, shimmering, shifting, changing. All of this being held within this greater space of our awareness. Can we simply smile down on ourselves from this space, offering ourselves just a glow of kindness, of warmth, of care? Holding ourselves in this kind and gentle embrace. And not only can we practice our awareness, but we can look for heart qualities that may be here. And perhaps there's difficulties, maybe concerns about hearing, maybe some really difficult sounds. So again, can you just let your heart melt because there are difficulties here? If it feels right, a hand over the heart, some kind words. May I be with this. May I support myself here. For anything that may be difficult, as you sense into this vast and open awareness, this space around you, highlighted, illuminated by sounds, but always there, always there. And perhaps there are positive heart qualities. Maybe just some gratitude for you taking the time to explore your being like this. Maybe gratitude for the sense of hearing. Gratitude for your awareness of the space around you. Again, we're not trying to make anything happen here. We're just seeing what might be found, what qualities of the heart might be here. Again, this idea that with mindfulness, we practice seeing what is here and working with it, which so often simply means being kind to ourselves. And if you wish, you can stay here in this spacious place, illuminated by the sounds, the space around you. Or perhaps you would like to continue this journey by exploring a different anchor. If so, I'll invite you to recognize that your awareness remains vast, and what you're going to do is choose to gather some of it, gently concentrate it. For instance, in this case, perhaps around your hands. And notice what that's like. This is what being human is like. Gathering this awareness and gently surrounding our hands like a warm bath, a warm blanket, but also pouring our awareness into our hands. Notice how you're still aware of this space, but now the hands may be lighting up. And of course, you're welcome to shift and move your hands to bring them into life. But what does it feel like to go from this vaster awareness down to this more focused, this narrower awareness of your hands? And here again, the thinking mind that so often frustrates us now becomes a teacher. What's it like when you're lost in thought as you're using your hands as an anchor? Do the hands disappear? Do they go away? And what's it like to notice that and then return your awareness just to the hands? You may even get curious, even if your hands are resting still, there's likely a lot of things to sense here. And one of our brain's jobs is to kind of turn down the volume on sensation. So much information is coming towards us that the mind automatically turns things down. So if you're curious and if you wish, maybe asking your mind to open up to allow you to experience everything your hands have to offer. You might even need to reassure your mind that it's safe, it's okay. You're here. And just let yourself open to all the sparkles, the flashes, the sensations that are here. Also areas where you don't feel as much, perhaps. And just becoming entranced by all the information flowing in from this part of our body that is ready to engage the world in a microsecond, should we need to. It's ready there, always ready for us, right here. And again, as we practice awareness, just releasing thoughts, returning to the hands, are there heart qualities to be found here? The same thing, perhaps starting with what might be difficult, arthritis, injuries, perhaps loss. Can we hold ourselves kindly simply because there are difficulties here? Not trying to make anything go away, not trying to make anything disappear, but just practicing this idea of being kind to ourselves simply because a difficulty is here. So many of us have been taught that we don't count, that our problems do not count. So if there is anything difficult, just allow yourself to offer yourself kindness, maybe even holding one hand in another. We often bring our hands to our hearts in these practices. Perhaps if you bring your hand to your heart can offer care out to your hands. Simply because there may be difficulties here, as there will likely be for all of us at some point. And perhaps there are other heart qualities again to be found. Perhaps gratitude, appreciation, amazement, maybe even awe. That these hands are so skillful, often acting with nary a thought on our part, so automatic, engaging the world, helping us accomplish what we want to accomplish, fulfilling our heart's longings and aspirations, our creativity, our passion, our work, our support of others. His hands working tirelessly for us. Here they're simply serving as an anchor, but we can open our hearts to the amazing things that our hands do. All the care that you've offered out into the world with these hands. Can you appreciate your hands and yourself? Maybe even supportive words. Thank you, hands, for all you do for me. I will care for you as best I can. And we've been on quite a journey here, starting with that glow of energy flowing from our head down to our feet, connecting us to the sky above and the earth below. And then beginning this practice with a few deeper breaths, a releasing of tension, sensing of our groundedness, opening up to the vast awareness that is our true home, and then drawing in some of that to become aware of our hands. So if you wish, perhaps we can explore another anchor. This one may be familiar, but if you're drawn to it, go ahead and bring your awareness to your breath. If you want to do a few fuller and deeper breaths to bring it more into consciousness, that's fine. But what is it like, particularly if this is your regular anchor? It's like coming home. It's like a dear friend. There's my breath. There you are. And there's an intimacy here too. You're bringing that awareness, that concentration of that vast awareness in and around the breath into the heart center. The gentle, easeful movement here. The rise and fall. The breath is like a gentle internal massage, an internal caress. The ebb and flow, the rise and fall. A place to return to at any point in your day or in your practice. And if you wish, as we practice these anchors, perhaps returning to that sense of spaciousness, feeling what that's like. Again, those broad, vast wings spreading out into the space around you, a space that can hold your thoughts, your sensations, your emotions, and perhaps recognizing that we are all experiencing that to some extent, that spaciousness is experienced by everyone in this room, in this retreat. Maybe feeling through this spaciousness your deep connection to each of us that's here. Sensing how our collective presence offers each of us support and care, belonging, welcoming. All of our awareness blending in with each other's awareness, reaching out around the world. And in this space, you might find an automatic, a built-in, if you wish, sense of compassion, of kindness, a belovedness here. Just feeling our deep interconnectedness. This spacious welcome that we can offer each other here. And if there was anything in this practice that you found valuable, perhaps taking a moment to create a bookmark, a place mark, so you can more readily return to it, not only in practice, but also out in your life. That's why we do this. There really is no difference between a practice like this and the rest of your life. The only difference is just a thought. So just allow this practice to blend seamlessly into your life. And I'll begin to draw the formal part of this to a close, but I will offer a poem and I'll put a link in the chat for it. So we wish beginning to shift into move. And this poem is May You Grow Still Enough by Brother David Stendhal-Rast. He says, may you grow still enough to hear the small noises the earth makes in preparing for the long sleep of winter, so that you yourself may grow calm and grounded deep within. May you grow still enough to hear the trickling of water seeping into the ground, so that your soul may be softened and healed and guided in its flow. May you grow still enough to hear the splintering of starlight in the winter sky and the roar at Earth's fiery core. And may you grow still enough to hear the stir of a single snowflake in the air, so that your inner silence may turn into hushed expectation. So thank you all for doing that practice with me and being here. Again, so great to have all this. And I'm going to hand it over to Cecilia again. Thank you.
All right, we had to do a little transfer of host responsibilities. So thank you so much, Jon. It was beautiful. And so we will continue in silence. And Victoria Brattini will be our next speaker. And we will start that at the top of the hour. Welcome back, everyone. And so we will begin our next session with Victoria Brattini. And let me just introduce Victoria. She is a lifelong learner and teacher for over 40 years. She enjoys teaching, inspiring, and mentoring others. A science degree in psychology set Victoria on a teaching and counseling journey that has included work with teenagers, university students, and adults. And for 10 years, Victoria has also co-directed a program in health perspectives at Bryn Mawr in Pennsylvania in the US. And while homeschooling her two sons, she worked with parents on conflict resolution, creative problem solving, and multi-generational learning. Since moving to California in 2007, Victoria has concentrated her efforts on teaching people how to be kind to themselves and to meditate. A dedicated meditator herself since the 70s, she is thrilled to help others with her practice, and we are thrilled to have you lead us, Victoria. All right, so I will now transfer the hosting to you. There we go.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to see so many familiar faces. This evening, I thought, especially since I've heard so many people talk about intentions recently, and it's the end of the year, and we often do a lot of reflection at the end of the year. And we often think about renewal. And so here we are at this renewal meditation. And just what does it mean to renew ourselves? And how do we actually do that? So here we are, and I hope you're all giving yourself a lot of love and compassion today, just for the very fact that you're here. Okay? That you set an intention to do something kind for yourself, something wonderful. So we're going to start out, I'm going to do a little soft landing with you. And then I'm going to talk more specifically about how to set an intention and also how to make a dedication. And then we will do a loving kindness meditation and we'll follow it up by a poem. So in this soft landing, this is something I do like 3 times an hour. And some of you are familiar with this. Okay? And I encourage you to just stop. We talk about mindfulness. We talk about breathing in our courses. We talk about being aware, the awareness of what's here. Okay? But we get lost in our days. So one little tip I have is Plum Village has a beautiful app with a mindfulness spell. There are lots of apps that have mindfulness spells, but that happens to be the one that I happen to love. Mine goes off every 20 minutes. So when I hear that little bell in the background, it's time to stop and take a deep breath. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a few moments and to take a really deep breath. Just recenter, regroup. And take a moment to feel, what does it feel like to breathe in? And to just very slowly breathe out. Just letting it go, letting all that's there go. Let's just do that 2 more times. And if you like, on that exhalation, being audible, making a little sound like, ah. just like you're letting go. Just, oh. And what do you notice when you let go like that? How does that feel? Just for that moment of breathing in and then just releasing, if only for this moment, letting go. And now I'd like you to just check in, keeping your eyes closed. Check in with your physical body and just notice, are there any areas of tightness, soreness, any kind of pain or discomfort of any kind? You just want to be aware, what's here? Maybe your shoulders are tight, or your back hurts a little. You're noticing there's a little twinge in your tummy. And so just breathe in to whatever's here for you in this moment. You're just acknowledging it. Oh, this is here. And I'm here with you. And see if you can greet that discomfort with some tenderness, some kindness. It's so easy to be frustrated with ourselves when we're feeling something. But just try on a little kindness for a moment. Ah, yes. Short shoulder, I'm here with you. Ah. Now I'd like you to check in with your mind space. Now, if you're like me, you may have a very busy mind. Or you may find yourself worrying. Or you may find yourself a little frustrated. Maybe you're trying to be really centered and quiet in your mind space through this retreat, and you're finding that you're very busy up there. So bring a little tenderness to that. It's okay. This is what the mind does. Don't try to control it. Just acknowledge, oh, busy mind is here. Or perhaps it's worrying mind or anxious mind. It's fine. Just letting the mind know you're there, you see it, you feel it. It's okay. And now I invite you to check in with your heart space. You may even want to put your hand on your heart. Just setting an intention to be in that heart space with warmth, with tenderness, with loving kindness for yourself. And just take a moment to really feel the warmth of that intention on your heart space. Just breathing in with it. Just noticing, are you feeling open-hearted, warm-hearted, tender? And it's okay if you're not. You might be feeling a little tight or closed, but you're setting an intention to be warm-hearted here, holding yourself with tenderness. Now taking another deep breath. And when you're ready, coming back into our room. And welcome back. And so intentions. Okay. In the English language, we often use the words intention and motivation interchangeably, as if they mean the same thing. But there's actually an important difference in them. And that difference is deliberateness. So in intentions, an intention is always deliberate. It's something that we set. It's an aspiration that we have. it's an articulation of a conscious goal that we have. We set and reaffirm our best intentions to keep us inclining in the direction that we truly mean to go, that we want to be in. But we need motivation. We need motivations to keep us going over the long haul. And many of you, set intentions and motivations all the time. For years, I was a runner. It was my intention to run that marathon, or that half marathon. But I needed motivation to get me there, to keep me going. So the motivation is the why and the spark behind our intentions. Okay. In the Tibetan culture, we set an intention before every meditation, and we set an intention before every big change in our lives. And so with the new year coming, we set an intention of how we want to be in the new year. And at the end of every day, we start our intention in the morning. We think about what it may be. Okay. And at the end of the day, we have a dedication. And I want to go back a little bit to intention setting first. Okay. Intention setting has to do with what we value most. Okay. How we want to live our lives. How we want to show up for ourselves. How we want to show up for others. And it's easy in the course of our daily life to lose our way, to forget our intention. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment. We're just going to do a little reflection here. Think about the following question. What is it that you truly value deeply? What, in the depth of your heart, do you wish for yourself? What do you wish for your loved ones? What do you wish for the world? How do you want to show up in life for you, for others? And this is something that you can think of many times after we leave today. I don't expect you to find your full intention right now, but I would like you in the next few days to just reflect on that. You may not have answers right away, and you don't have to search for them. You just have to let them be. It's like planting seeds. We talk about planting seeds in our meditative practices. Some seeds germinate very quickly. Others take longer. And so I ask you to trust that as you reflect on how you want to live your life and what your intention is for the coming year, that the answers also will come. They'll show up for you. So each morning, we remind ourselves of what our intention is. My intention very often is, may I be kind to myself and others. It's very simple, but sometimes it's not so hard to live up to. So may I be kind to myself. It's just a few words. And when I wake up in the morning, I renew that intention. Sort of like a vow, I renew it. I remind myself of it. And every evening, as in the Tibetan Buddhist culture, the last thing I do before I go to sleep is I do a dedication. I reflect on my day. Did I honor my intention? And you know what? There's many, many days I didn't. And that's okay. We're human. That happens. So when we don't honor our intention, we just renew it again. Oh, okay. I'll do better tomorrow. I will begin again tomorrow. And you hear in the meditation practice, I say often, begin again, begin again. So I begin again. But part of dedication is also joy. Just being joyful that I'm practicing. Joyful that I remember to even reflect on the day. Joyful when I think of, did I bring some joy to someone or to myself? And so I encourage you to close your eyes with joy. To remember that you're human, that life can be challenging. But it's joyful to know that in this humanness, you can begin again and set your intention and reflect again. So let's meditate. We're going to do a slightly different loving kindness meditation, but one that I think covers the full spectrum of metta practices. So I invite you to close your eyes and once again, take a couple deep breaths. And an invitation to put your hand or your hands on your heart or anywhere that is soothing, supportive, as a reminder that you are bringing loving, affectionate awareness to yourself and to your practice. You're here for you and your practice. Now I'd like you to think of someone close to you who loves you very much. And this can be someone who's present, someone who's passed. It could be a spiritual guide, it could be a friend, even a pet, where you really feel the love, the care, the wish for you to be well and happy. And I'd like you to imagine this being standing on your right side, right beside you. And that being is sending you love. And I want to pause for a moment so that you can really feel the warmth of that love, the tenderness that is coming towards you. That person, that being, is sending you wishes for your safety, for your well-being, for your happiness. And as best you can, feel the warm wishes and love coming from this being towards you. And now, bring to mind either the same being or another being who cherishes you dearly. And imagine that being standing on your left side, being close to you, sending you wishes for your wellness, for your health and happiness. And again, I'm going to pause for a moment so you can really feel the kindness and warmth coming to you from this being. And now imagine that you are surrounded on all sides by all the beings who love you and have loved you. So as best you can, and it's okay if you don't visualize very well, just picture all of your friends and loved ones surrounding you. They're standing, sending you wishes for your happiness, for your well-being, for your health. And really take in, savor the warm wishes that are coming from all sides. As best you can, let them fill you up. Perhaps even let yourself overflow with warmth and tenderness and love. And now bring your awareness back to the person or the being standing on your right side. And begin to send the love that you feel back to that being. You and this being are similar. Just like you, this being wishes to be happy. And I'm going to repeat these metta phrases in 3 rounds. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. And now focus your awareness on the being on your left side. And begin to direct the love within you to that being. Sending all your love and warmth to that being. Because that being and you are also alike. And just like you, that being wishes to have a good life. And so I'll say these 3 phrases and feel free to repeat after me. Just as I wish to, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and happiness. And now invite into your picture another person that you love. Perhaps this one is a friend or a relative. And this person, like you, wishes to have a happy life. Send warm wishes to this person. And we'll gently repeat these phrases. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. And now think of an acquaintance, someone you don't know very well, and toward whom you do not have any particular feelings. Yet you and this person are alike in your wish to have a good life. So send all your wishes for well-being to this person, repeating the following phrases. Just as I wish to, may you also live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you also live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you also live with ease and happiness. And now bring to mind another acquaintance, someone that you feel neutral towards. Maybe it's someone you pass on the street, the postman, a neighbor, a colleague, someone that you do not know very well. And like you, this person wishes to experience joy and well-being in his or her life. So send all your good wishes to that person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. And now expand your awareness, and as best you can in your mind's eye, picture the whole world, all the people in this world, and send warm wishes to all living beings on the globe who, just like you, wish to be happy. Just as I wish to, may you live with ease, happiness, and good health. Just as I wish to, may you live with ease, happiness, and good health. Just as I wish to, may you live with ease, happiness, and good health. And now coming back to yourself and feeling the warmth and love and tenderness for yourself. And let's take in these traditional metta phrases. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Just let these words penetrate you like a gentle, soft rain. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. We'll say them 2 more rounds. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And I invite you to take 2 or 3 deep breaths. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes and coming back into our room. And I'll share with you this poem by Cecilia Fernandez-Hall called A Home Inside Myself. I am making a home inside myself, a shelter of kindness where everything is forgiven, everything allowed, a quiet patch of sunlight to stretch out without hurry, where all has been banished and buried is welcomed, spoken, listened to, released. A fiercely friendly place I can claim as my very own. I am throwing arms open to the whole of myself, especially the fearful, fault-finding, falling apart, unfinished parts, knowing every seed and weed, every drop of rain has made the soil richer. I will light a candle pour a hot cup of tea, gather around the warmth of my own blazing fire. I will howl if I want to, knowing this flame can burn through any perceived problem, any perceived perfectionism, any lying limitation, every heavy thing. I am making a home inside myself where grace blooms in grand and glorious abundance, a shelter of kindness that grows all the truest things. And so I thank you all for practicing with me, for being here. It truly is my honor and privilege to be here with you. And I wish you all the most beautiful new year, filled with loving, caring affection for yourself. And I'm going to hopefully pass over the host back to Cecilia.
So, just so full of gratitude, those amazing practices where we were led and able to connect with Natalie's invitation to welcome all parts of ourselves and finding that compassionate friend within ourselves to really open to that inner wisdom that is so much a part of of mindful self-compassion, being able to connect with that, and then being led by Jon into that beautiful experience of awareness and all the ways in which we can really grow that awareness by the different anchors in our body, in our, I took notes, in sound and in breath, and, how we can really use that awareness to notice our thinking mind and notice when it takes us out of presence, and that we can bring ourselves back, and that is the practice, that choice. When we notice, curious, and then returning, and then that heartfelt practice of intention setting that Victoria led us through, and that reminder that we just begin again whenever we wish, that setting an intention is a guide, not a mandate, and that we can be kind to ourselves in that process. And just the beautiful poems that were shared. And so I thank you all for being here and being a part of this. And I'd love to, whoever would like to share, to just offer in the chat with this retreat, with your experience with this retreat, in a couple of words, what landed for you? What do you want to take with you into the new year? I see that there's a lot of gratitude, a wish for worthiness, intention setting. Yeah, starting the day with an intention. Yeah, getting into that practice, peace and compassion, being my own compassionate friend, anchors at the ready. Yeah, slowing everything down. May I be happy. May you be happy. Yeah, kindness and peace. Oh, just such richness in all the sharing. And so I'd like to offer a poem as a closing blessing. And this is by Dr. Thema Bryant from her book Homecoming. And it's called A Closing Blessing. May you find ease within yourself. May your body be safe to relax, your mind be safe to flourish, and your spirit be safe to soar. May you reclaim your breath, voice, gifts, and fire. May you glory in the sound of your laughter and delight in the beauty of your dance. May you forgive, accept, and love yourself fully and courageously. May you recognize and remember yourself no matter what is happening around you. May you give yourself permission to always come home and find the welcome mat in place. May you connect with kindred spirits for mutual care along the way. May the sacredness of your being always take priority over the busyness of your doing. May you know deep down in your bones that you are lovable and worthy of respect. May the values of compassion and liberation guide your feet in purposeful living. May your soul perpetually tell your heart, mind, body, and spirit, welcome home. Let it be so, and so it is. Let's take a moment to have everyone feel free to unmute, and we can bid each other farewell. And it's usually such a beautiful resonance of voices from all over the world.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
so much.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy New Year. Thank
New
you.
Year. Natalie,
Oh,
Wonderful
Thank
teaching.
you so much.
such beautiful music.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, all
Bye,
teachers.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Blessings.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Miss you
Hug.
all.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, David.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you to all the teachers.
Thank you.
Jon Walker.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.